Welcome to Grandmother Lime Tree here on the Isle of Avalon. I am come here because A, it's my favorite spot on the Isle of Avalon, but also because this is one of the portals into the other world. There are quite a few portals here in Avalon because the Isle of Avalon is such a strong otherworld place. So there are many places that you can enter. Some of them are well known, like the White Spring and the Egg Stone on the Tor. But this Grandmother Lime Tree is also a beautiful place to enter the other world. And I love this because it's especially in the Celtic tradition that trees were seen as entries into the other world. There are also the sea, the waters, the caves, stone circles, other places. But the trees have always been very sacred. And since we are in a crone year this year, I've come here to share with you the wisdom of this tree, Grandmother Lime Tree. So to open a portal, you have to be present. You have to open your heart, your mind, your being really, and be ready to step over the threshold. So I would like to offer to you a journey into the other world today through this Grandmother Lime Tree to meet the ancient priestesses here, the Priestesses of Brighde, who served her as the great Celtic goddess here as the Lady of Avalon. So to open a portal today, I'm going to light a candle because it's so connected with Brighde, and to call her and to set my intention for opening the portal. So I've got the candle here. If you have a candle at home, maybe you can light it as well. Heart to heart, flame to flame. Brighde, I invoke your name. Every day and every night, in the dark and in the light. Brighde, I invoke your name. Heart to heart, flame to flame. Brighde, Great Mother, Lady of Avalon, ask you to be with me as I step through the portal of Grandmother Lime Tree. Ask for your blessings to ground me, to anchor me in this world, to not get lost in the other world, to walk with me on these pathways, to meet your priestesses, the Priestesses of Avalon of ancient times. May you be the guiding light as I step over the thresholds, and your guiding light back to this world. Blessed be. So yes, it's always good to anchor yourself and to know the rules of the other worlds. The rules of the other worlds are not to accept any gifts or anything to eat, and to keep really clear in yourself that you're not of that world, but that you are a pilgrim or visitor. So grounding yourself is good to do with your senses, to feel where you are. So I'm here on Grandmother Lime Tree, but she is connected through the mycelium network all over the world. So in this moment, I invite you to connect with the land in your place. Maybe you even know a lime tree or linden tree. But you can just root yourself, earth yourself. And then seeing all these connections coming to her, as we're going to use her as a portal into the other world of Avalon today. As you do, connect in with Grandmother Lime Tree. Maybe you can close your eyes. So we're going to take a journey into the underworld. And imagine that you are stepping to this tree, and in front of you, you see an opening, a portal opening. And you step on the threshold. Firmly connecting yourself with this world. Feeling if you're ready to actually step over the threshold. Ready for this journey. And if you're not, it's not a problem. You can always return when you're ready. When you're ready, you step through. And here in the other world, time and space works completely differently. So you can find yourself where your soul takes you. Really connecting in with your soul energy, your heart longing. You see yourself on the shores of the Isle of Avalon. And you have journeyed far to come here. And on this journey, you might not have been alone. There might be others who have taken the same journey, following their heart's longing. And as you look back, you see the lake that you have just crossed. And over the lake, there is mist that always surrounds the island in those times. And as you look up towards the tower, which doesn't have a tower on it, you also notice that there's no roads, no houses, nothing modern, no cars. And you start walking over a path through a field that comes from the shores of Avalon. And soon you come into a little forest and you cross that. And then you arrive in what is the village of Glastonbury. With Glastonbury and Avalon, they are next to each other. So like Avalon is here always in Glastonbury in our times, Glastonbury is also present in Avalon in those times in the other world. And here you see people going on with their daily life. And these are the people who are not druids, not in the spiritual, not the priestesses. But they are providing all the needs that are needed here on the islands. The butchers, the blacksmith, the baker. All the professions that just look after us and our daily needs. But you know this is not why you have come here. So you start following a little stream uphill. And some of the people you have traveled with are staying in the village, but some of them walking with you. And those are the ones who want to meet the priestesses here on the isle. So you come into a valley which is on the foot of the Great Mother Hill, Chalice Hill, and Windmill Hill on the other side. And this valley is secluded, it has running water, and it is surrounded by trees and fields of herbs. And from it you can see Torbe, the great hill. And as you turn the corner of the valley, you see the priestess village. A beautiful circle of huts, white huts made of lime, with reed roofs. And through the roofs you can see some smoke rising, so you know there's fires inside. You are then noticed by one of the priestesses, and she comes towards you and welcomes you and invites you to come and sit around a fire in the center of the village. And she sits you down on little wooden stools in a circle. On the fire in the center, there's a big cauldron. And as you all sit down, the priestess takes a ladle and scoops out some fluids into a little bowl and hands it around. And as you hold the bowl, you can smell the herbs of this herbal tea. What is it? What do you smell? Maybe some nettle, maybe some lime flower tree blossom, maybe some elderflower. And as you take a sip, you feel the warmth in your body, and it is restoring you, restoring your health, restoring your strength after the long journey. You then also start looking around in the village, and you see women of all ages, dressed in beautiful but simple white linen dresses. And you see there are some women weaving the fabric. They're sitting outside the hut with a big weaving loom, talking, but also bringing in the healing and spells of healing and beauty and love into the fabric. You see some women on the slopes around the valley, clearly gathering herbs. It's like they're talking to the trees and to the herbs, asking their permission to be harvested. And then you see a circle of women of all ages sitting around an old crone. And she is teaching, sharing her wisdom. It could be the wisdom around ceremony. It could be the wisdom of healing. It could be storytelling, holding the ancient stories of this land. Stories of goddess. Everybody in the village is busy, is doing something. And every now and again you see some of the women going into the bigger hut in the center of the village. And soon enough, after you finish your drink, the priestess who welcomed you invites you to go into this bigger hut. And as you come in, you are overwhelmed by the scent and the beauty of this place, this temple place, which it is. You see little oil lamps flickering, casting shadows and lights on the walls that are covered with symbols. Just look around, all around the walls. Maybe there are symbols that you recognize that say something to you. There are flowers, fresh cut flowers, there are herbs, all kind of things are there in this beautiful temple. And in the center of the temple, you see a beautiful carved statue, carved out of wood. It must have been a big chunk of oak. And the priestess introduces. She says, this is our goddess. This is Brig or Breach. She has many names for us. She is the Lady of Avalon. And I invite you to sit with her and to receive her wisdom. And as you look to the statue, you feel there's a presence that is bigger than the carved wood. And you see the shape of a woman energetically surrounding the statue. And see what she looks like. And she reaches out to you. And you know you can ask her anything. You can just be in her presence in this moment. She will share with you her wisdom. The wisdom that comes from her nature. For she is ancient as the land, ancient as the wind, as the sun. She is ancient and young. She is life. So ask her to share her wisdom with you in this moment. And then you feel her energy dispersing, filling the whole space. And her presence still feels like a hug, like she is holding you. And you give a little offering to the altar in gratitude for her wisdom, the wisdom that you have received here in the Temple of Bridget. And then you know it's time to go. This world is calling you back. So again, you bow to the goddess and thank her as you leave the temple. You say goodbye and give gratitude to the priestesses here who hold the energy always in the other world. And then you climb up the side of Chalice Hill and you find a tree to sit at. You find a beautiful lime tree. It must have been the great-grandmother of this lime tree. And in your mind and in your being, you prepare to step back through the portal from the other world into this world, into the here and now. Maybe you look back one more time with gratitude to all that you have received in the other world. Then you take your place on the threshold of the portal. You imagine this world where you are. You imagine your connection to Grandmother Lime Tree in Glastonbury Avalon, the here and now. Take a breath. And you step through. And turning around, you can thank the portal for being there for you. And thank Grandmother Lime Tree here in Avalon to be this beautiful portal. To hold that energy, to be a place where we can always return. And now we ground ourselves, feeling our bodies, our shoulders moving, our hands, our feet. Knowing that you're fully back, but still with the wisdom received in your heart, in your mind. Now you can open your eyes. Maybe you want to write down what you have received. I want to finish as I started, holding the flame of Bridget. In gratitude. Gratitude for the journey. Gratitude for our priestesses who are always there on the other sides of the veil. And thank you, Bridget, for your guiding lights. For your lineage of priestesses that have been here before me. Thank you for journeying with me through this portal of Grandmother Lime Tree. Now the portal is closed until it is open again. Blessed be. I thank Grandmother Lime Tree for being present with me in this journey and being the portal. And I thank you for journeying with me today to the other world of Avalon, to meet Priestesses of Brighde-Brigantia. Now, I am Marion Brigantia. I'm here as priestess, serving her like my sisters did so long time ago. Thank you, and bright blessings to you. Blessed be.